watch family, and welcome back to another alternative video. Today we're going to be talking alternatives to the famous Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a Gerald Genta designed watch, one of the greatest watch designers in the world, if not the best in the world. But funny thing is, he has also designed some of these other watch cases, so it's kind of controversial there. But let's get right in. Okay, my first pick is the IWC Ingenieur. And this watch is using the IWC caliber 30110. It's an automatic Swiss-made movement. Now, I really like this case shape and design as it is designed by the infamous Gerald Genta. We do have a 40mm case in complete stainless steel, a 10mm thickness, definitely really thin, just like the Royal Oak. We do have a date at the 3 o'clock position, a sapphire crystal, and something a little different. We have 120 meters of water resistance compared to your usual Swiss 100, 200, 300, etc. Now, of course, we do have loomed hands and markers, and we do have a deployment push-button release on the clasp, and a screw-down crown. Now, I think this is the best pick because it's most closely related to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, as they're both designed by Gerald Genta. So this definitely had to be on the list, and that's going to be number 1. Now let's get into number 2. Now my next pick is the Vacheron Constantin, the Vacheron Constantin overseas. Now this brand, Vacheron, is definitely in the same range as Patek Philippe, and I wouldn't say close to Langanson, or I think they're a step below, that's just my opinion though, and Audemars Piguet. They're kind of in the same league here. But this is something a little different in terms of design and look. We still do have that kind of round case, and Vacheron on this piece is using the Vacheron Constantin caliber 5100, which boasts about 60 hours of power reserve, which is pretty incredible. Now we're looking at a 41mm case with 11mm in thickness, which is very thin, so it definitely fits under a dress cuff, just like the IWC would. Now, we do have a screw-down crown with 150 meters of water resistance. Once again, kind of a weird number, but I guess it works. We are using, of course, a sapphire crystal, and some models do have the skeleton transparent exhibition case back. Some models don't. The older ones do not, and some of the newer ones do. It matters which model you get. We do also have a date at the 3 o'clock position, and in my opinion, I really like this watch. I mean, it's not something you see every day. It's not as popular as a Royal Oak. I don't know why, but it's just not. It doesn't have that prestige that, it doesn't have that Rolex marketing that the Audemars Piguet does. Everybody knows about Audemars Piguet, but some Audemars Piguet owners probably don't even have a clue what Vacheron is. In my opinion, this watch is just as good as the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. We have that beautiful sea-inspired bracelet and bezel with the notches cut out on the sides. And these bracelets are really high-end. They're super comfortable. We have definitely a butterfly clasp there that opens up from both directions. And it's a great pick. And if you're considering an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, I would definitely take a look at this before you pull the trigger on the AP Royal Oak. Now, coming in at my third pick is the Hublot Classic Fusion Automatic. Now, this is pretty much the simplest Hublot you can get. Now, this watch sells for about $7,400, brand new from an authorized boutique, or about $4,600, a huge discount from a gray market dealer online, or a dealer in a jewelry store, etc. Now, I really like this watch. This is probably the only Hublot watch that I actually like. It's just very simple. It has a round case, kind of like a soccer ball. And we do have those 2 screws on each side to hold the strap in, something a little different. We have a nice see-through case back. We're using the Hublot caliber HUB 1110. We have about 42 hours of power reserve, a 42mm case. The case material is actually made out of titanium. We do have a pull and push crown. Not the best. I think it should have a screw-down crown. But the water resistance is only at 50 meters, not something to go swimming or in the ocean or in the lake or water sporting with. Now we do have an AR-coated sapphire crystal, of course. We have a beautiful custom made by Hublot. Their rubber bands are one of the best rubber bands you can get. In my opinion, it's a great alternative to the Royal Oak, and it's a bit cheaper there. Resale is not going to be as good as the Royal Oak, I'll tell you that. And 20 years down the line, I don't even know if Hublot will still be around. Something about Hublot that I do not like is they make so many special editions. You can't even keep up with the brand. It's kind of like Omega putting out so many different editions of watches, but Hublot does it at 2 times the pace. And that's something I really don't like, and I think it takes away some value from the brand. That's going to be my third pick, and let's get on to the fourth one now. Now my next pick is the Patek Philippe Aquanaut. Now this piece is using an in-house Patek movement, and that movement is the 324 SC. Now what I really like about this watch is the see-through caseback, first of all, with that solid gold rotor that Patek is so famous for. Audemars Piguet does use the solid gold rotor also. But anyway, this is a pretty classical watch. It's kind of casual in wearing, a little sporty I would say, not the most perfect dress watch, but I suppose it can be used as a dress watch if you really wanted to. It's in a 40mm case. It's all stainless steel, 120 meters of water resistance, screw down crown, sapphire, no coating on the sapphire, about 45 hours of power reserve. These watches are pretty expensive as it is a Patek Philippe. The pre-owned prices vary by the year of the watch that it was produced. There are some cheaper ones, there are some more expensive ones. But if you want to buy this watch new, it's about $21,000 from an authorized dealer, or about $20,000 on the gray market. It's definitely a great design, and definitely takes some hints from Gerald Gente, but he didn't actually design this piece. Now my last and final pick is a watch from Piaget. Now Piaget is a huge jewelry brand, and they also produce watches, men's and women's watches, as well as the jewelry they're so famous for. Now the Piaget Polo S is a Swiss-made automatic timepiece, of course. Inside, under the hood, we have the Piaget caliber 1110P. And we are using a power reserve of about 50 hours. The case size on this exact watch is 42 millimeters with a case thickness of 9.4 millimeters. It's very thin, definitely a dressy piece, something to slip under the cuff, wear with a suit, wear to work, or even something special like a wedding. Now it is a cushion case shape, and this watch kind of reminds me of the watch we just looked at, which is the Patek Philippe Aquanaut. It kind of looks similar, and so does the bracelet. Now we do have a fold-over clasp, a complete stainless steel construction of the case and bracelet. We do have hand-applied index markers on the dial, a scratch-resistant sapphire, a blue guilloche dial color, along with a white and a gray. You have the date at the 6 o'clock, not at the usual 3 o'clock, something a little different that Piaget did, which is pretty nice. We have also, not pictured, we do have a transparent sapphire caseback, which shows some real nice hand finishing on this movement here. And it's a pretty nice looking watch. For the price you're paying at about, I would say, retail, this watch costs $9,350. You can get it for about up to 30% off on the gray market. Definitely worth it to buy gray market on this one. About $6,850 on the gray market. Now pre-owned, you can definitely get a little cheaper than that. I'm guessing high fives, low sixes on this one. So yeah, another great pick here and something to take into account. And that's gonna be it for today. That'll complete my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have some exciting watches actually coming in the next couple of weeks. I hope so. And I'll be reviewing those on the channel as well. I also do have some other stuff I have planned, and we do have Basel World coming up towards the end of March, and that should be pretty exciting to see what Rolex releases and all the other big brands. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe, like, share with your friends. And I hope to catch you guys on the next video. Bye now.